everyone, and welcome back to Pokemon XG Next Gen. I got a lot to talk about at the start of this one. Alright, first of all, get me back in here. I ran through Mount Battle a lot. I went through Mount Battle a lot and leveled up my Pokemon a lot. Sceptile's still only level 44. He's trying his best, okay? I didn't have a ton of free time, but I got a bunch of the Pokemon we've been using to level 50, so that should be... Sorry, something in my throat there. That should be a lot better for Dark Isle. I just got done eating. I've been very busy today. Come on, load in. There you go. These guys I haven't done anything with. They're all still just hanging out. These guys, I got up to 50 as well. Pretty sick. Okay, so you gonna watch the State of Play later? No, I'm not. I'm not watching the State of Play today. So we're just gonna put all these bad boys back in here. We're gonna take back all the shadows that we were using last time along with Sceptile, and we're gonna do the next level. Something else I want to point out in chat, my boy Posties showed up today. At the start of this playthrough, I said that there was a viewer who watched the original playthrough of this like once a year or something and said he loved the playthrough and wanted me to play it again. And I thought it was Calculated Error, who has been a very long time viewer, just like Posties has been. And I mixed up him and Posties because it had been like 2 or 3 months earlier. That, I think it was during the Mario Odyssey playthrough that Posties said like, yeah, I watch that exact playthrough every year. And I misremembered him and Calculated. So Posties, there you go, buddy. This playthrough, it's for you, my friend. Long-time viewer, long-time supporter. Whenever you go and watch the first video on YouTube and I say Calculated's name, just know that it was meant to be your name, Posties, but I have the memory of a rock. So, it is what it is. But yeah, I think today we're gonna start by... Sceptile does not have the choice specs. I took the choice specs off of Sceptile for a bit. Yeah, I just put Bright Powder back on. I took the choice specs off of Sceptile while I was doing the level grind. Get this choice specs back. There you go. And now, we're gonna go get Draco Meteor on Sceptile real quick, and then after we get Draco Meteor on Sceptile, then we will hit up, whatchamacallit, Agate. Gonna have to go and watch ASAP. I'm pretty sure that when I said it was Calculated, I said, like, I should have double-checked who said it. I'm, like, 99% sure it was Calculated, but it might have been someone else. They know who they are. It's probably about what I said verbatim, and, you know, this time the 1% won. It makes sense that the 1%, you know, chance would happen in a Pokemon playthrough, because Pokemon's RNG sucks. So, you know, this was all part of my master plan. All part of my master plan. What do you teach all of the punches and Icy Wind, Rain Dance, and Sunny Day for some reason? Hit me with that Draco Meteor. This chick teaches so many normal moves and then is also like Draco Meteor, by the way. Summons meteors to crush the target. Incredible. Alright, that'll do. Thank you. Anyways, welcome to stream, everyone else. Welcome. Chat, tomorrow is Thursday, which is my day off. The day after that is Friday. Friday, 3 CST. I'm going to be doing a special Pokemon stream with Shroom. Would recommend being here. Last year, when September happened, because for those of you who don't know, in the last week of September, they do bonus gift subs. Which is, you know, last year for that, we did a Cyber Sleuth playthrough, the original Cyber Sleuth. Where am I going? I'm going to Mount Battle. This year, because I don't want to start a Digimon playthrough like 5 days before Time Stranger comes out. Heal me. We're going to be doing a Pokemon thing with Shroom instead. Okay, so what system do you need to play this mod? A computer. You need a computer. Alright. We're in Area 7 next. Which I think was rock types, because we fought like the first 2 people here last stream. So Sceptile's Choice Spec Solar Beam should be able to just run through. Except for the part where an Aerodactyl shows up. But we're not going to worry about that. Let Area 7 begin with a flourish. Let our battle take wing. Yeah, whatever. Bring it on, punk. Ellie from The Last of Us. I think Ellie from The Last of Us spelled with a Y. I don't remember. Dude, I love Macario. Alright, Sceptile and Charizard, let's make this happen. So our goal right now is to get through... Oh, I forgot to put food back on the Pokespot. I took all the Pokesnacks off of the Pokespots while I was level grinding. Draco Meteor. Alright, Solar Beam the Sudowoodo. And then I guess we're gonna Shadow Blaze the Macargo. Die. Aw, sturdy! Cringe! Cringe! Bro's out here running sturdy. Disgusting. Imagine being a Macargo, a fire rock type, getting hit by a giant fireball and the text box saying it was super effective. That's embarrassing. Well, Charizard, it's been real. Sorry, bro. I'm gonna be honest, Charizard. I knew that I was basically sending you out into death, but I had to do what I had to do for Sceptile to be able to Solar Beam. The needs must and all that. Oh, also, we have a lot of Pokemon to purify in the Purify Chamber. Like, all of the Pokemon that were in the Purify Chamber finished their purification stuff while I was level grinding. Fair, why do you have Fairy Wind instead of Dazzling Gleam? Makes no sense. Solar Beam! Man, I love that Solar Beam animation. Oh, by the way, I also have like 50,000 tickets now, Poke Coupons. So we'll also buy a bunch of sick items before we go to Citadark Isle. Kabutops, I've got some horrible news for you, brother. I have just got the worst news imaginable for you, my dude. I'm honestly kind of sorry that this is your fate now. Are we buying a new couch before we go back to the volcano? No, of course not. Do I look like I have time to get the couch, like, up the stairs and into the apartment? Do you know how much work and effort that takes? We'd be stuck there for like 40 minutes. Solar Beam. I had to help my grandfather earlier today pick up a U-Haul for my grandmother, his wife, because she has to transport a bunch of stuff. And let me tell you, my grandfather and I, we had a time trying to back the U-Haul into his driveway, because his driveway is like a little bit of an awkward angle. So he was trying to back up the U-Haul in without hitting the ditch in his front yard, as I was making sure he didn't hit the ditch, and it didn't work out well. Then I was like, let me do it, and then I got in the truck, and he got out to make sure that I didn't, back into the ditch, and still wasn't having a great time of it. It led to the most manly of family bonding that two men can have, where the two of us were yelling at one another to correctly back up the U-Haul. Back up the truck with the U-Haul attached, because neither of us were pleased with how the other was trying to accomplish it. Ooh, you're fast. I need a rock berry on Charizard. Get Draco Meteored, idiot. So, that's how I spend my morning. It was quite a grand time. I've been infested. Armaldo. Well, it sure is a shame that I can't switch to Solar Beam right now. Draco Meteor, the Shuckle, I hate it. The Shuckle must die. Ooh, man, I know I'm at -2, but still. Well, now that Sceptile is at -4, I think a switch out might be in order. Yep, that's how I switch my Pokemon out. Mission accomplished. Anyone else hate Shuckle? It's a Pokemon invented purely to be annoying. Dun, 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 dun. Oh my goodness. Armaldo is having a time right now. Gardevoir. Just gonna blow up the Shuckle and then get Armaldo out of mad mode. Shadow Burst! Why is it still alive? Onix, your attack stat is less than an Oddish's. Alright, that still did a lot of damage because it was super effective. I hate you. Stop cyberbullying my Armaldo! No! My Armaldo has been sufficiently cyberbullied. Get out of here, Heracross. I just started the first video. I find it hilarious. You brought up the fact that you told me to remind you to replay the game, but I didn't, so you were like, you didn't even remind me I remembered. I'm what the kids would call the GOAT. You remembered to play the game, but not who told you to play it. Listen! Listen! In my mind, you and calculated error are like 1 degree of separation. I was pretty close, is all I'm saying. There used to be an Onix there. You know, Posties, if you had just remembered to remind me to do this playthrough, then you would have messaged me or shown up in chat and said, Chaos, you said you do this for me. And then I would have remembered that it was you because you would have reminded me. So, if you think about it, from a certain perspective, the fact that I forgot it was you is kind of your fault. And yet again, Chaos finds a way to pass blame to his chat. It's just that easy. Moxie. Keep slugging away right through to Zone 100. I'm doing it. Supposedly, if you transfer a Pokemon to ZA, it can't go back to a previous game. I don't think that's supposedly. I think that is just factual. Didn't Nintendo themselves say that? Oh my goodness, this Relicanth is so dead, bro. I'm so excited every time I see a rock water type come out against my Solar Beam Choice Spec Sceptile. Solar Beam. And then we'll blaze the Lunatone. Goodbye! There used to be a Relicanth there. Ooh, that is a bulky rock. Lunatone has Ice Beam! No! My Grass Trap! dragon? Why do they all have ice coverage? I swear the hat creator gave like every third Pokemon in this game ice coverage. Why does Lunatone even learn Ice Beam? Hello? Who okayed this? Bam, bam. Love Aggron's cry. Oh my goodness. This is happening because I was mean to Calculated. I almost said his name wrong again. Because I was mean to Posties a second. Isn't it? The Omastar got Ancient Power Fist! I'm sorry that I keep mixing up Posties and Calculated. Please, Nintendo. This isn't really Nintendo sanctioned. Please, hat creator. Oh my goodness. Alright, that Omastar needs to be hit by a Shadow Burst from a Gardevoir, like now. Please die. It's so fast. No, my Aggron! Wow, that was a +1? You didn't even kill Aggron? That's embarrassing, bro. Is Omastar's Spatak even, like, any good? Okay, it's dead. I'm no longer worried. Oh my goodness, Posties, if you're, I see your comment on YouTube, I'm hearting it. Alright, everything has come back around in my favor now. Nose. All of my Shadow Pokemon have Shadow moves that lower their stats. How am I supposed to kill this Nosepass now? This is a -2 Aggron. Help. I'm at -3. Volt Switch? Who are you switching with, bro? Well, sorry, Aggron. Yeah, Chad, I had a power outage the other day. I've had 2 power outages in the past, like, 2 weeks. When I called my electric company, I was like, what's the deal? And they were like, oh, you know, just stuff happens. I was like, okay, I guess. What I didn't tell them is that if it happens during Time Stranger, I will make them suffer. They will all pay. Chaos, remind me on Fridays, usually start stream an hour earlier? No. I start stream an hour earlier on Saturday and Sunday. On the weekend. The Challenger is won, I sure have. If you're on Twitch and you scroll down, my schedule is right there. It's 3 CST on the weekdays and 2 CST on the weekends. Oh, apparently Mirror B was around. That was probably while I was level grinding. Looking good. It looks like we're in for one good battle. No, not another Aerodactyl. No! Why do they all have Aerodactyls? I say when like 2 of them had Aerodactyl. 2 out of 4 is a lot for people having Aerodactyl. That's not a normal Pokemon to have. I'm gonna Shadow Breeze because I can. No, my Sceptile! Live. Rip. Stupid Aerodactyl. Well, Charizard's dead too. This was a very unlucky start for us. But I am now fast.